Hi, I'm Michelle Begue with a look at what's happening in Latin America now. But first, our news trivia. What kind of animal was found caged in an Ecuadorian prison during a police search last week? We'll have the answer later. A cyclone tore through southern Brazil, leaving thousands displaced and at least a dozen dead. Torrential rains and strong winds over the weekend caused widespread damage in the state of Rio Grande do Sul. Nearly 5,000 people fell victim to home destruction, and a power outage affected 84,000 people. 48 hours later, officials said 13 people died in the disaster. That number could escalate as they search for the missing. Now let's go to my colleague Alaisdair Baverstock, who has a report on this weekend's presidential elections in Guatemala.
The elections come at a vital time for Guatemala as the Central American country faces growing authoritarianism. Organised crime has been top of the political agenda, with many candidates proposing hard-line policies on gangs, a movement spurred by the perceived successes of neighbouring El Salvador's state of exception crackdowns. Elsewhere, state corruption, worsening poverty, high rates of external migration and freedom of the press are also concerns among the country's 9 million voters. 22 candidates across 30 political parties are on the presidential ballot, and it's not likely any nominee will secure the 50% needed for an outright win, meaning a runoff between the top two in August is likely.
Check out Mexico's Temple of Quechula. It's a 16th century Roman Catholic church, which was completely submerged when a dam was constructed in the 1960s. With the country's deadly heat wave and drought, the church has emerged from under the Grijalva River. Tourists are enjoying the opportunity to view the remains of the building, but fishermen are having a hard time. The low water level of the river is putting their livelihood at risk. Peru is suffering from its worst dengue outbreak in history. Around 146,000 people have been reported as infected. At least 248 people have died. And it doesn't look like the outbreak will let up anytime soon, as a surge in the mosquito population is expected. That's due to El Niño and Cyclone Yaku bringing in a lot of rain. This week, Peru's health minister Rosa Gutierrez resigned from her post after being questioned about her handling of the outbreak. And let's take a look at what stories we're following for next week. We're following the crisis engulfing Colombia's President Gustavo Petro. The president has had a rough few months with tough opposition to his health, labor, and pension reforms. This week, thousands marched across cities to voice that opposition. Now the political crisis is growing as senior officials are getting tangled up in scandals. Petro's chief of staff has had to step down as an embarrassing investigation goes on involving illegal wiretapping, missing cash, and a nanny. Another scandal involves Petro's former campaign manager, Armando Benedetti. Local media aired audio of Benedetti threatening to reveal dirt on Petro's election campaign, leading to speculation about illegal activities. And now the answer to our news trivia. The answer is C. Police and military found 2 caged pigs during a search of the Bella Vista prison in the western part of Ecuador. Officers conducted a search of the prison that has been the scene of massacres during prison riots. In 2021, 420 people died in Ecuador when fighting broke out in multiple prisons. This recent police raid led to the confiscation of 26 knives, 16 electronic devices, 18 stoves, and 12 roosters used for cockfighting, in addition to the 2 pigs. That's it for this week. We'll see you again soon on Latin America Now.